Most of us know the feeling. In spring, we are full of energy, excited to finally harvest juicy tomatoes, crisp cucumbers, and fragrant herbs. But then they arrive. As soon as the weather warms up, they are here. Aphids, slugs, caterpillars, and our garden is suddenly under threat. Today, we'll look at the 10 biggest pests that destroy our crops. You'll learn how to spot them, how to fight them effectively. Stick around, and at the end, I'll share how I deal with pests in my garden. So let's dive in. Garden pests are like uninvited guests. They show up unannounced and cause serious chaos. Each pest has its own way of harming plants, and recognizing their signs is the first step to protecting your garden. Here are the main ways pests attack and the signs to watch for. Pests like aphids or whiteflies suck sap from leaves and stems. Look for wilting parts of plants, curled leaves, slowed growth, or yellowing. These pests often leave a sticky coating that can attract ants or mold. Slugs, caterpillars, potato beetles, and others eat on leaves, stems, or fruits. Look for holes in leaves, chewed edges, or missing plant parts. For example, slugs leave slimy trails, while caterpillars leave droppings. Some pests, like leaf miners or whiteflies, spread viral or fungal diseases that can permanently damage plants. Signs include spots on leaves, deformed fruits, or sudden wilting without an obvious cause. Larvae of cockchafers or snout beetles hide in the soil, eating roots or even above-ground plant parts. This leads to weakened plants, wilting, or plants being uprooted. Look for signs of weak growth or plants that easily break off. The key is regular inspection. Make it a daily habit. Just a few minutes while watering, pruning, or strolling through the garden with a coffee in hand. Check leaves, stems, and soil for signs, holes, curled shoots, sticky coatings, webs, or slime. Combine inspection with the joy of caring for your garden. It's a moment to get to know your plants better. The sooner you act, the less damage pests will cause. Now let's focus on the 10 most common pests, how to spot them, and how to deal with them effectively. Snout beetles, especially the cabbage seed pod weevil and cabbage stem weevil, are 2 to 3 millimeters, 0.1 inches dark, shiny beetles with a snout-like head. They hide in the soil or on the undersides of leaves of brassica crops like cabbage, kohlrabi, or radishes. They are most active from spring to summer, mainly April to July. Snout beetle larvae damage roots and stems, causing wilting or slowed growth, while adults chew small holes in leaves. Look for weak, wilting plants, tiny holes in leaves, or beetles that jump away when touched. Snout beetles can survive winter in the soil and hatch and spread quickly in spring. The most effective way to fight snout beetles is to cover beds with non-woven fabric or netting. This year, netting saved my cauliflower and cabbage. Yellow sticky traps work well for monitoring. You can also try parasitic nematodes. Aphids are tiny pests, just a few millimeters long, and you'll find them in almost every garden. They show up every year. Often green, black, or brown, they cluster on young shoots, the undersides of leaves or flowers. They attack almost everything, from roses and fruit trees to vegetables. They are most common from spring to summer, especially from April to July, when warm and humid weather supports their rapid reproduction. Watch out in spring when they target fresh shoots and in summer when their population explodes. Aphids weaken plants by sucking sap, leading to curled leaves, wilting, or slowed growth. Their honeydew causes a sticky coating, which can develop black mold. Look for clusters of tiny dots on plants, curled shoots, or leaves that look unhealthy. Aphids can reproduce without mating, and single aphid can produce hundreds more in a month. Where there are aphids, you'll often find ants too. You can fight aphids smartly with minimal chemicals. Try planting flowers and herbs to attract natural aphid predators, especially ladybugs and lacewings. From early spring, regularly check young shoots. Homemade remedies like soapy water or garlic and nettle infusions work well. For severe infestations, start with nature-based products. Cabbage white butterfly caterpillars are some of the sneakiest pests, capable of causing major damage quickly. Adult butterflies are white with black spots, but the dangerous ones are their green caterpillars with black dots up to 4 centimeters, 1.5 inches long. You'll find them mainly on brassicas crops like cabbage, kale, cauliflower, or broccoli, clustering on leaves. They are most active from May to September, with June and August being peak times for caterpillar feeding. Cabbage white caterpillars chew leaves, leaving large holes or just veins, which can destroy plants or reduce yields. Look for clusters of yellow eggs on the undersides of leaves, green caterpillars, or black droppings on plants. A single female can lay up to 100 eggs, and caterpillars can appear in 2 generations during summer. Fighting caterpillars requires prevention and quick response. Rotate crops and use fine netting to cover brassicas plants to prevent butterflies from laying eggs. Repellent plants like wormwood or thyme can help. Manually collect caterpillars and eggs as a home remedy. For purchase products, choose natural solutions targeting caterpillars. The common vole is a small, inconspicuous mammal that can cause massive damage. Grey-brown, about 10 centimeters 4 inches long, with small eyes and a short tail, it lives in underground burrows, in meadows, fields, and gardens. It attacks roots, bulbs, tubers, and tree bark, especially vegetables like carrots, potatoes, and beets. It's most active from March to October, rapidly reproducing. Watch out in fall when they stock up for winter and in spring when they wake up. Voles gnaw roots and tubers, causing wilting or uprooting of plants, and strip bark from young trees, which may dry out. Look for shallow tunnels in the soil, piles of dirt, or gnawed roots. One vole can have up to 50 young in a year, so if they get into your garden, it's trouble.
It's a zoo.
Fighting voles requires a combination of methods. If they're a problem, protect roots and trees with netting or plastic guards. Keep grass short to reduce hiding spots. Use mechanical traps or ultrasonic repellents. Slugs don't need much introduction. They eat everything in their path. They're most active from spring, especially April, and when it's rainy and humid. Watch out after rain or in cooler parts of the season when they come out in droves. Slugs chew leaves, stems, and fruits, leaving irregular holes and chewed edges. Their signature is a silvery slime trail. Infested plants may lose leaves or fruits entirely. Strawberries, for example, often get bitten through. And they are not as slow as people think. A slug can travel up to 13 meters, 42 feet, in a night and eat half its body weight. Prevention works well against slugs. Keep the area around your beds clean. Remove plant debris or boards in beds when they hide. After winter, check bed edges and destroy their eggs. Natural granules based on iron phosphate work effectively. Flea beetles are tiny, usually black or yellow-black beetles, only 2 to 3 millimeters, 0.1 inches long. You'll see them hopping on leafy and brassica vegetables like radishes, cabbage, cauliflower, or arugula. They're fast and jumpy, making them hard to catch. They appear mainly from April when it warms up, loving warm and dry weather. Watch out on warm days when they spread fastest. Flea beetles chew small, round holes in leaves that look like shotgun blasts. Young plants may wilt or rot, while older plants lose vitality. Look for these distinctive holes or tiny beetles that jump away when touched. Flea beetles can jump up to 100 times their body length, thanks to strong hind legs. Flea beetles don't like wet conditions. Regular watering helps, and covering vulnerable plants with fine netting or non-woven fabric works best. Natural sprays like garlic spray can be used, but you need to apply them regularly and preventively. Leaf miners are inconspicuous flies, 2 to 5 millimeters, 0.2 inches long, that can silently ruin your crops. The leek miner, which attacks leeks, onions or garlic, is particularly troublesome. They are most active from May to August when warm weather supports claying. Leaf miner larvae, like those of the leek miner, burrow into leaves or stems, creating wide, winding tunnels. This weakens plants, causes yellowing of leek or onion leaves, and can lead to their death. Look for tiny punctures in leaves, white tunnels or larvae inside stems when cut open. One leaf miner can lay up to 100 eggs, and its larvae can destroy an entire leek bed in weeks. Prevention is key against leaf miners, along with checking and removing infested plants. Clear weeds as part of prevention. If leaf miners are a problem, try growing crops in a different spot. Use yellow sticky traps for monitoring and cover beds during flight periods. The Colorado potato beetle is a nightmare for potato growers. This 1 cm, 0.5 inches beetle with yellow and black stripes looks like a tiny tiger and feeds on potato leaves, sometimes tomatoes or eggplants. It's most active from May to September, especially in June and July. Watch out early in summer when larvae hatch. Colorado beetles and their larvae strip potato leaves down to the veins, which can ruin crops or weaken plants, making them prone to diseases. Look for yellow eggs on the undersides of leaves or beetles and larvae on plants. Fighting Colorado beetles requires prevention and quick action. Rotate crops and avoid planting potatoes in the same spot if beetles are a problem. Try planting dill or marigolds near potatoes as beetles dislike them. The most important step is regularly checking the undersides of leaves and manually removing eggs. For purchased products, opt for natural-based solution. Whiteflies, especially greenhouse whiteflies, are tiny, whitish pests resembling miniature moths. These 1 to 2 millimeters, 0.05 inches, flies with translucent wings cluster on the undersides of vegetable leaves. They love warm, humid places, so you'll find them year-round in greenhouses, polytunnels or hotbeds. Outdoors, watch for them on brassica vegetables. They suck up and spread diseases. They are most active from May to September, especially in July and August, when they spread quickly. Whiteflies suck up, causing yellowing leaves, wilting and slowed growth. Their sticky honeydew promotes black mold and can spread viral diseases. A single whitefly can lay up to 200 eggs, and their population can double in days during warm summer. Yellow sticky traps help control whitefly populations. Repellent plants like basil or marigolds work well. For quick action, rinse plants with a stream of water. Outdoors, cover brassicas vegetables with netting or fabric to protect against whiteflies and other pests. Natural sprays like garlic or nettle infusions or natural fungicides can help. In greenhouses, consider biological control like parasitic wasps or predatory bugs. Spider mites, especially the two-spotted spider mite, are nearly invisible, only 0.5 millimeters, 0.02 inches long. These usually red or green mites hide on the undersides of leaves. They attack a wide range of plants, both ornamental or edible, living in colonies and creating fine webs. They are most active in hot, dry weather. Watch out in July and August when they spread fastest. Spider mites suck sap from leaves, causing yellow spots, wilting or leaf drop. Plants lose vitality and may dry out completely. Look for fine webs, tiny moving dots on the undersides of leaves, or a marble appearance on leaves. Fighting spider mites requires prevention and early action. Maintain higher humidity around plants, as the spider mites love dry conditions. Homemade remedies like soapy water or garlic infusions work well. For purchased products, use solutions for sap-sucking pests based on oils or soaps. Predatory mites can also be used. A completely pest-free garden doesn't exist. I often heard that it's a hopeless fight, that you can't grow anything without sprays these days, and that things used to be easier. Really? I think the opposite. I'm thrilled that there's growing discussion and effort toward understanding nature gardening. This increasing emphasis on healthy soil supporting soil life and maintaining balance in nature seeking sustainable gardening methods with minimal impact on the environment and reduced use of chemical fertilizers and sprays. As promised, here are some of my tips and specific recommendations for fighting pests. Know your soil and garden. I'll repeat myself, but this is key to pest control. Walk your beds regularly, ideally daily, or as often as you can. Make it a habit. This way, you'll notice what pests are most problematic for you, what to focus on, and what to support. Aim for healthy soil. Regularly add organic matter to the soil. Use compost and mulch with organic material. Healthy soil full of microorganisms means healthy plants that resist pests better. Use mechanical barriers. This is crucial. Covering plants with netting or fabric can solve a lot of problems. Support natural predators. Work with your space and incorporate companion flowers and herbs like marigolds, daisies or lavender to attract ladybugs, lacewings, and other beneficial insects. Build a birdhouse or feeder to attract birds. Make space for hedgehogs with a pile of leaves. It won't happen overnight, but over time it will help balance your garden. Leave chemicals as last resort. I won't claim I've never used them. If you must, choose natural solutions. Mix something at home or use the growing range of natural-based products. Use chemical sprays only as a last resort to avoid harming bees, birds, or so life. Hi, I'm Marketa from Handilio, and I've been gardening for over 13 years. I share my experience in every video which Petr and I carefully prepare for you. With us, you'll grow your harvest effortlessly and without chemicals. No more trial and error, give it a try. You know now how to identify the most common pests. Ants are often a problem in gardens and beds. You can find out how to combat them effectively in our other video, so go check it out.